Good morning. I'm Al Litman, Mayor of Mesquite. Today's COVID-19 report is still at 213 according to the Southern Nevada Health District. The other day I spoke about the impact that distance learning can have on children. I want to continue this dialogue today with you. So much of what is taking place with the schools and our children need further discussion. What does all of this have to do with COVID-19? If you believe the virus exists or not, the virus could have an impact on the lives of our future leaders. Let's look at socialization, why it is so important from a very young age. Very few people work by themselves as an adult. Whether you're a corporate employee or an entrepreneur, you'll be expected to work with others. The sooner a child masters socialization, the sooner they will learn to be part of a team. They will take turns when speaking, learn how to share and show respect. They learn what it takes to be a good friend and begin to identify boundaries. Good educational institutions begin working on children's reasoning and problem-solving skills at a very young age. Children learn to work together by solving problems, by developing strategies, and trial and error. Socialization promotes the development of language skills. The exposure to a range of words leaves an imprint on a child's mind, which helps build a vocabulary and gives them a solid foundation to further develop their language skills. Children that lack verbal skills tend to get frustrated and begin to isolate themselves. Because of the lack of media in Mesquite that reaches the young families, I will be using my videos whenever possible to convey some advice and assistance to the many families that are dealing with distance learning and having to explain why to their children. Older children like teenagers can also benefit. So over the next few videos, I'll be sharing tips for parents who have elementary students at home. If you have older children, feel free to share with them also. I'm hearing through the grapevine about the unsheltered territories many families are currently going through. With so much uncertainty today, you need the resources to make the time home with your child or children purposeful, fun, and emotionally safe. I know many of you are a little panicked about your kids, or in many cases, grandkids home 24 hours a day for who knows how long. Today I wanted to talk a little about the current situation with having children home 24 hours a day. Every child is different and will have different information needs. Speaking from experience, some children will be content with a few short conversations, and some will need varying degrees of reassurance. Here are a few things you can do to support your little ones, and believe me, they will need support. If you have not already done so, I encourage you to sit down with them as soon as possible and explain what is happening. This is not an easy task, but it needs to be done. Many children have heard things from all over, especially if they have siblings or spent time outside with friends this summer. You as parents want to make sure what they hear is honest and forthright. I know children today are much smarter and verbal than we were in my generation, but they can still benefit from us. Children will have questions about the virus, even though they may not understand what it is. It's hard to explain what can't be seen or felt. I would start by asking them a question after telling them a fact such as, a lot of people around the world and even here in Mesquite are getting sick with a virus called COVID-19. The question you want to ask would be something along the line of, have you heard anything about this? You want your children to share what they have heard. The purpose is to alleviate their fears. Many children are afraid to ask questions because of the possible rebuke they might receive. Getting children to open up, start lines of the necessary communication skills they will need throughout their life. Friday will go further with you in dealing with this most unprecedented situation. Don't kid yourself. Having your children home 24/7 is difficult on them, but it can wreak havoc on you just as quick. All of us have to adjust to this new existence. Keep the faith and don't let it get us down. Keep Mesquite strong as a community, and I'm sure we can figure it all out.